A huge dirigible-shaped object first attracted attention on August 28, 1991 at 4:42 local time when it appeared on the radar screens of the Mangishlak Peninsula, flying from west to east at 960 km per hour and at an altitude of 6,600 meters. The object would not respond to communications, and fighter jets were sent to intercept it. The pilots intercepted it over the aerial sea, and described it as dirigible-shaped, 600 meters long and 110 meters wide, with very little surface detail except for two round holes near the front. The object did not react in any way to the presence of the jets. When approached, however, the MiG's systems shut down and engines began to malfunction. The object began to make zigzag evasive maneuvers and increased its speed from 960 km per hour to 6,800 km per hour. About half an hour later, the object disappeared from the radar, in the area of Lake Issyk-Kul near the border of Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. The next major development occurred a month later, when reports began to trickle back that a huge UFO had been seen to crash in the Tian Shan Mountains. The site was said to be in a gorge named Shaitan Mazar or Grave of the Devil. A search party dispatched failed to reach it due to heavy snowfall. An Air Force helicopter sent there also failed, as it had crashed. In June of 1992, a second expedition was mounted, which arrived on site on June 12, 1992 and set up a base camp 2.5 kilometers north-northwest from the actual crash site. The path of the object was noted to be such that it had slid 1,700 meters after hitting the ground. It then exploded from within its center, blasting it into almost two equal parts and bending its internal structure outwards from the center of the explosion. Decks and interior features were visible inside the object through the gap made by the blast. The expedition immediately noticed the following unusual effects when they began to examine the object. They could not photograph the object because some sort of radiation exposed all film and ruined all videotape. Whenever a member of the party got closer than 800 meters to the object, he began to feel unusual anxiety, depression, and exhaustion. Within this 800-meter range, the men's hair stood on end. Instruments showed an unusually high amount of static electricity in the area. Compasses and magnetometers refused to function properly in the area of the object. Measurement devices registered no magnetic fields at all within an elliptically shaped area centered on the object and measuring 2,230 meters long and 1,700 meters wide. Even naturally occurring magnetic rocks showed no magnetic field within this ellipse. All clocks and wristwatches stopped at a distance of 600 meters from the object. Anyone who approached the object began to suffer from some sort of radiation burns at a distance of 500 meters. But most strange are the symbols of green color located on a tail part of the object, and the rings of dark color, surrounding a stern. Possibly the rings are a part of the engine. Decks and bearing structures are distinctly visible inside the craft. Whether the landing like an aircraft was planned by a crew, or was it by some program on board a navigator computer? This question may be mystery forever.